Also, this has to do with the raid. The Void touched Curio. Yes, we talked a little bit about this before, but now we got all the details. Aberrus tier Omni Token from Scalecommander Sarkareth. So this is a token that's going to guarantee drop from the final boss in the raid every time we kill him. And everybody in the raid will essentially be rolling on it. Yeah, everybody in the raid will essentially be rolling on it. And this coin, the Void Touched coin, will drop on every kill. It's a new item from Scalecommander Sarkareth, the final boss in Aberrus, in the upcoming raid. And it'll... Unlike normal tier tokens, the Omni Token has no class attached to it, which means everyone can roll on it. Omni Tokens can be converted into raid tier pieces, following the same eye level pattern as the normal token conversion. So there you go. Gloves and legs will give you a 431 on heroic, helm and chest 434, shoulders 437. And we see here the vendor, a picture of the vendor. So essentially you get to pick, fill out your tier set. Everybody will be rolling on it, which means I'll have shit luck and never get it. But when you do win it, you'll get to go and fill out whatever you're missing from your tier set. And it looks like they all cost the same. Even though shoulders are going to be the highest item level, which is odd. They all cost the same amount, it looks like. So you'll be able to pick whatever you want if you win the roll. And this is, again, a guaranteed 100% drop every time you kill him. Pretty cool. We got affixes. Yeah, Mythic Plus. Let's talk a little bit about Mythic Plus. New Season 2 affix weekly updates. So we talked about Entangled having a new visual. Entangled now will slow you only at 30%. We saw a bunch of nerfs come out about this. And it also has this visual shown. So it looks like this green circle. Okay, so you got to run outside of the green circle to break the vine, essentially. That's it. So break the vine, run out of the green circle. Nice little visual for that. For Afflicted, unfortunately, not much has changed for Afflicted. However, the spawn rate on these is still crazy on big pulls. You know, I feel like Blizzard's always hated big pulls. Even though the player base loves them, like there's no better feeling than a tank just pulling an entire room and everybody melting the mobs down. But Blizzard has always gone with the, we don't like you to pull a half a dungeon at once thing. Even towards the end of an expansion, when we should be able to do something like that, you know how Blizzard went with the whole, we're going to limit the amount of mobs that you can attack at once, essentially. So you can pull an entire room, but you can only actually AoE so many mobs. There's a limit on your AoE. And this I feel like the Afflicted affix also limits your pulls, it sounds like, because the bigger the pull, the spawn rate is just insane, I guess, on big pulls, so it really limits you on how big your pulls can be. Have you seen MDI? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, but MDI is different. You're talking about the elite of the elite. Remember, Blizzard's not supposed to be making this game with the elite of the elite in mind. They changed that whole mindset when it came to rating, right? Because they had been tuning rating. I mean, Sepulchre of the first ones was tuned for Race to World first, and that's why it was impossibly hard. And they said they weren't going to do that anymore. They were like, we're just going to make the raid with challenge in mind, but also fun and, you know, not impossible. And that's why this raid, right now, that we currently have is so much better in terms of the challenge that it presents us with. Mythic Plus, same goes to that. Yes, watching... that's like saying, you know, what's it called? We're talking about football or something. And you're telling me, oh, yeah, I tell you, man, it's hard. It's hard to throw 60 yards. You're like, bro, what are you talking about? Have you watched the NFL before? Like, oh, that's not realistic. We're talking about the best of the best. Yeah, of course the best of the best could still pull an entire room. But I feel like Blizzard does a lot to limit the majority of players from doing anything like that. So, Incorporeal. Unfortunately, not much has changed with Incorporeal either. Quality of life changes makes them despawn when combat with regular mons has ended. Spawn rate on these is also crazy on large pulls. Interesting. I mean, they're doing a lot of changes, listening to player feedback, it looks like. So, these things, I'm sure, are subject to change, as many of this has. Last thing here, Raging Affix will allow interrupts in Season 2 Mythic. Mythic Plus, okay. So, this blue poster is released. Hello, we've been watching everyone play and listening to feedback on our affix update We hear the feedback that raging preventing interrupts in addition to crowd control is too punishing, and we agree. The hotfix has been set to PTR realm shortly. Like I said, this is good. Shortly to allow interrupts effects on creatures under the effects of raging. Thank you for your feedback. Like I said, everything they're doing in Mythic Plus is subject to change. It seems like they're really listening to feedback here.